JC, all I could speak to is last week. JC did 16 appointments, sold on 8 of them. But what really was impressive that he's got over 300 recommendations. I want to. What was the number you got last week?
364.
364. So closer to 400 than 300 in 1 week. 364 recommendations. Just think in your mind, if you had an extra 364 people to call, how that might change your mindset and your ability to rock demos, right? Some of you guys see these people on phone jams making 25 calls, 35 calls, 55 calls. Sometimes we have people sit down and make 100 calls in one sitting and just book up a bunch of demos. Maddie from the Tustin office yesterday booked up 10 demos yesterday in a couple of phone jams. So imagine how that could change the trajectory of your business. So JC, first question I have for you is, what do you think is the biggest difference from you when you sold Cutco a couple of years ago to kind of your mindset selling Cutco right now?
So what I feel like changed is that I got way more confident, began to build a lot of rapport. For each client, I make them feel like they're not pressured to do anything that they don't want to do. I try to build that strong connection so that, they're willing to, go ahead and do whatever I'm trying to, talk about at that moment.
What you were saying to me last night, you were saying that, your customers, you feel like your customers just like really, really like you, right? And they want to help you at the end, because you had several orders that were just for like one knife. I think you had maybe 2 orders that were just a peeler only, but it's better, all CPO is good CPO, right? And you don't make a ton of money on a peeler. But I think that's really a big part of it. So it sounds like your confidence has changed, and just your ability to build some rapport. You were also telling me last night that you have really decided to commit to that script.
Yeah.
Like you feel like, you're reading it over and over and over again. And you feel like you kind of almost don't even have to look at it anymore because you feel like you know it so well. Yeah. Tell me about how did you develop that, learn the script so fast?
No problem. Well, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as you called me, I was already planning on coming back this summer, but I was really fired up specifically for because at the time I got my first promo, and I was thinking like, I know the script and everything, but like it's a whole transition because when I first came on, it was not the iDemo, it was something totally different. So I had to like really learn a whole new demo. So that made me go even harder to just memorize what I'm doing, because the script is there for your own benefit, but knowing it just even more, like I studied it night after night. Anytime I have free time, I would like go over it with my roommate. I was just already getting to that point where I'm like, okay, so when I get back, I'm gonna crush this. And
so you were just practicing to anybody. I mean, you could have been practicing to a teddy bear or your cat. And we didn't give you the full intro because we talked about it before the recording started. But JC, you're a student at University of San Francisco. You said you play basketball on the basketball team there, so full-time college athlete. Slightly injured right now, hoping to be recovered in time for the season, I guess, this
hopefully
fall. So anyway, you're busy guy, student, athlete, got to keep in shape and all those kind of things. Last week you did 16 appointments. How did that look? Did you pack them all in like 2 days, do 2 days and 8 a day, or did it spread out throughout the week?
I'm not gonna lie, 16 was not expected. I expected to do at least 13. But like I started getting my auntie, and then my auntie referred me to this one person. I kid you not, that one person gave me 164 referrals.
Well, that'll get you to 364 a little faster. Yeah.
So if I wanted to, I could have gone way over, but I'm like, let me call this a night. I have the upcoming week, and then I always remember to always schedule 3 days out. So I have already planned for this week coming up. I have a demo actually right after this. But I did break it up into each day. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this last weekend was completely jam-packed. I spent almost every hour of the day with the demo. I probably had like 30 minutes in between to get something to eat or just like rest my head.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Yeah. So what was the most you ever did in one day? 5?
Most I did in one day, I think, was 8.
8 in one day? Holy smokes.
8.
Okay. So you didn't do demos every single day then. It was just packed in and you kind of packed them into
Mhm.
a few different days.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's really cool. Because I know a lot of people don't, they just do maybe because of time constraints, like one or two here and there, one or two here and there.
Yeah.
But you've experienced now what I always try to tell people when you're doing demos back to back to back, like if you have like a six or 8 demos over a 2 to 3 day period, you get a lot of momentum built up and you just get better automatically. But if you're just
Oh yeah.
like one demo and then 3 days later you do another demo and then a few days later you do another demo, you don't actually improve on the demos nearly as much. Just like if you were trying to do anything, if you were trying to get good at shooting free throws and you shot one free throw and then that was it, and then you went back 2 days later and shot one free throw, you're probably not going to get very good at shooting free throws, right? You need to sit there and shoot 100 in a row, right? And work on that technique and have somebody even coach you working on the technique.
Exactly.
So that repetition in a shorter period of time is really important. I saw you had a lot of what we call the dink, 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 kaboom moments, right? Because there's a thing that some of you probably haven't heard, but when someone's doing demos and making sales, you see this all the time. Dink, 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 kaboom. Dink, 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 kaboom. And a dink is like a small order, 100, 150, $200 order, one or two knives. That's a dink, right? You get a bunch of dinks, but then all of a sudden you get a set, right? And I saw you did it. You had a dink, 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 and boom, galley set, right? And dink, 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 custom set. But what we're going to do, and tomorrow is, by the way, in our selling sets training, is help you guys get the dink, dink, dinks will be a little bit bigger, and then the kabooms will be a little bit bigger, right? The kabooms will be homemakers, signature sets, and ultimate sets, right? Those are bigger and better kabooms. So let's talk about these referrals, okay? I asked you last night. I said, what's the big change? Because here's what I observed. Because I observed through Jasmine and through our group chats that you started a couple of weeks ago getting sponsors more consistently. It started with just getting sponsors, got a sponsor. And then all of a sudden it's like, I got 30 something or 40 something recs. And then all of a sudden it's like, I got 80 something recs and then this 100 and something or whatever. But it started by consistently working on getting the sponsor. So talk to us about what is it you feel like you're doing to get the sponsors? And then what is it you feel like you did to get some of those bigger numbers?
So like I said before, building that rapport, it's like they want to help you out because they know how much this means to you. And, like that alone, it's like, they're going to strive to get as much as, and then I let them know nothing is too much. So that they're like, oh, okay, well, then let me just go ahead and, and then.
So wait a minute. So when they're starting to give you the names, you say nothing is too much. Like they can
I say that before they start checking off, so that they could just already know, like if they're checking off and they're starting to think, oh yeah, I have too much, then that they would understand. Because I told them before that nothing's ever too much. So yeah.
Yeah, Ms. Jones, if you want to go, my goal for the summer is to sell $40,000. If you want to go ahead and just pull out your credit card and we find $40,000 worth of stuff for you and some gifts and get not my goal out right now. Yeah, we could do that. That would get a laugh, I bet. So you said something about planting seeds at the beginning. Or is there something you say or do in the beginning of the demo to kind of prepare them that the referrals is going to come later, the introductions is coming later?
So yeah, in the beginning, so I tell them that this is how. With referrals, recommendations, if you don't make a sale, like you're not obligated to do that at all. But with that, I tell them that, this is one of the most important parts of the presentation. And then, I tell them about my goals in the company, what I have, what I want to strive for in the future, and at the time for most of my demos, I was like on the brink of that next promo. And I like led with that. And then a President's Club letter. I know Caroline, another manager, she was telling me like, you're right there, man. I'm like, okay, I'm going to for sure include this. And then also, letting them know about my goals, and then all the other extracurricular activities I had. And then they're like, you are a very young and, young and successful man. And you are really on your way. And I really want to help you. And so.
Yeah. Enrolling people in your goals, that's a big part. And once again, that's a Champs Club coming up in a couple of days. You were saying that you were talking to people about breaking your record or something. And that's how you got somebody to get 80 and then somebody to get more than that. And I think you had like 2 or 3 people that they just wanted to beat whatever your personal record was.
Oh yeah.
Speak to that a little bit.
So So this is always funny when I say this. So I kid you not, it's like playing a game. So they would obviously check off as many people, and the person who gave me 164, we had stopped. She had told me I'm finished. I'm like, okay, how much did you end up getting in checking in the selected box at the bottom? She said I got 24. I'm like, okay, my record is 30. You think you could beat that? She was like, I bet you I can. I'm like, I bet you can. And then she just went on ahead and went straight from A to Z and checked off almost everybody that she knew that would be willing.
Well, do you have your script handy that you could
I do.
role play it?
I do.
Got it up there. All right. So just let's just role play for everybody to see. I'll pretend to be a customer, and we just say we finished up the demo. Maybe I bought a pick 5 special or buy 3 get 1 free, something like that. And we're on the thank you page.
All right. Now, Mr. Brad, how'd you like my demo?
You know what, JC? It's really good. I wasn't quite expecting it to be as fun as it was, but I think you did a really good job. You're going to go a long way.
Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Now, great. Now, do you know that app that I had you download at the beginning of the demo?
Yeah.
Okay, now can you go ahead and pull out your cell phone and then open that app up, answer that third question about my product knowledge for me. Now, there's no need to make me sound better than what I really am. I want to get some real feedback so I can keep improving and, keep getting better. Just let me know when you're done with that.
All right. Product knowledge. Okay. It says there's another question here. Do I answer that one or not?
Yes, you do.
All right. JC is the greatest salesperson I've ever seen in the history of the universe. Okay, good. And why am I getting something? Knives look good. All right. Okay, done.
All right, perfect. Now, before you do anything else, there's one more very important part. Here's where you could really help me out at. So, as you know, I get paid every time I just show Cutco, but I can only show it to people I've been personally recommended to. So what I need you to do right now is go through your time, just go ahead and go through your contacts and jot down the first 100 names that come to mind.
100 names.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke. It was a joke. Actually, the app you downloaded is designed to be a huge time saver for both of us on its part. It actually allows you to send me introductions straight through the app. So anyone you recommend me to automatically syncs with my business app on my phone. This is much easier. And of course, I'll only be able to see the contacts you send me, nobody else. So on the bottom of the screen, you'll click that share button. You see that share button?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and hit OK to grant access. And then it lets you select those 100 people you want to refer me to.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. And so I just kind of touch the little thing.
Right. Now, before you click anything. So on this part, what I'd like you to do is go ahead. You see those check boxes next to the name. All right. So go ahead and check off everyone that you might think, would be nice enough to see my presentation. Not necessarily people you think would buy at all. Just people who are nice enough like yourself who might be able to take a look, and check off as many as you can. As many as you can. Just let me know when you're finished before you click share. And this really means a lot to me. So take as much time as you need on this because it's the most important part. I do not mind waiting at all. Just let me know when you're finished.
Okay, so I go through. All right, I think I got some good ones here for you.
Now, Mr. Brad, thanks so much. Now, before you click the share button, can you go ahead and remind me how much it says in that selected blue box?
It says 8.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Brad. That's a big help. But just so you know, when you give me at least 10 recommendations, you become my personal sponsor. But here's the thing, when you get 20 or more, you become a double sponsor. Once I have 50 sponsors, I get a free piece of Cutco from my manager or a cash bonus to help pay for my school books and everything like that, considering, I'm so busy and everything like that with school. That would be a huge help and just a huge relief. So do you think there's any way you could get two more who might be willing to just take some time to see me?
All right.
And the way you could become a sponsor?
I got a couple more. Okay. I got here's one. Here's probably a pretty good one. They cook it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 11.
All right. And just to let you know, I'm not looking for anybody who can buy at all. Just people who you might think, just to let you know that, just for people you might think will be very helpful. I'm looking for anybody. So there's any more, any more.
Yeah, I got a neighbor that hosts a lot of parties and things. Okay, I got 12.
All right. Well, Mr. Brad, thanks again. It's much easier for me to contact people though when they already have a heads up that I'll be reaching out. So I want you to go ahead and click that share contact button at the bottom.
Okay.
And now you should see on each name, it should say introduce next to them.
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
All right. So on that first name, go ahead and press introduce, and then click the create and review message, and then it should give you that copy to text button. Let me know when you see that.
Yeah, there's a message here that says basically it's just like a simple introduction.
Yeah. Yeah. So you'll see it gives you a pre-written text to introduce me to them before I reach out. So, I don't ever want to call anybody that doesn't know who I am at all, what I'm doing. So if you could just edit that first default message, and then, and by the way, I'm just going to tell you a little option here. So before sending that message, before you edit everything, you could go ahead and click on the take a selfie option at the top of that, or on the bottom, I think. And then you could just snap a picture of us together here on Zoom. That way they could place a name with a face, my
that's smart.
my very handsome face.
Did you invent that, JC? You probably invented that, didn't you?
Nah.
All right.
I can take any credit. So when I reach out, they see that I actually know you, and then
Oh, gotta turn it around.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the back of my head. Oh, wait, no, I'll just take a picture of us here on Zoom like this.
Yeah, right. Tell me ready.
Okay. All right. I think that'll.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Now, go ahead and send that text, and then just let me know when you're finished with that.
You want to send that text to all these people?
So here's the thing. Yeah. So once you send that text, literally all you have to do is just copy that into probably your notepad, to where you can make it easier to just go to it when you're copying and pasting, instead of going back to that same message. You could go ahead and copy and paste, and then where it says introduce, do that for all the rest of the recommendations for each one, but it only takes about a good minute or two. All right, so thank you very much, Mr. Brad. And one more quick thing before I let you go.
Yep.
So if you were me, and if you were in a big contest like I'm in right now to win that scholarship to open my books and that President's Club letter, so out of all the people you sent me, who would be the first five people that you would want to show who you think would just be perfect?
All right.
I'm here with
the first one is probably Ray Duriga. He's up and coming in his business. He's got a bright future. He's getting married soon. There's the first one, and then the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. We do all those, and we tell you this person plays. This person's plays in the tennis club. This person I know. We play cards together on one Saturday every month. We play poker. This person owns 3 Mercedes, six BMWs, and a Ferrari.
Well, excuse me.
And they love to cook.
Oh yeah, perfect.
So those would be the ones.
Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. So I got love to cook. Okay, saying that he's successful in life. All right. So perfect. Now thanks again. And yeah, so thanks again, Mr. Brad. Now you may end up thinking of some more people in the next few weeks, or you may run into someone who says they want Cutco or some type of kitchenware. Anytime that happens, you can just pop open the app at any time. If you just think, oh, I forgot to mention this to JC. How did I do that? You just pop right open, and then just go ahead and click share, and then share those. You should select any contacts you want. It will just let me know who recommended me, and then anything helps. Anything else at all. So once again, thank you so much. I'm very grateful for everything that you have done today. It really means a lot to me. And you have my contact information. So if you ever want to reach out to me, I'm open, because now we have that strong bond now. So thank you very much, Mr. Brad. I hope you have a nice rest of your day.
My pleasure. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, let's get some snaps for JC.